The Trade Union Congress (TUC) has described the position of President Bola Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, on the ranging minimum wage debate as a baseless speculation that will no doubt sow the seed of discord and undermine trust in the government. TUC said that Onanuga had on Monday claimed that it would be difficult for government to peg the proposed new minimum wage at 100,000 naira. According to TUC, the presidential aide had said that both the federal and state governments would be unable to pay public servants 100,000 naira or more national wage if such were approved. In a statement signed by TUC Secretary General Comrade Nuhu Toro, the union said, the attention of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria (TUC) has been drawn to speculative and uninformed public pronouncements by the presidency on the ongoing national minimum wage negotiations. The remarks made by the aide are not only insensitive but also indicative of a disconnect from the realities faced by millions of hard-working individuals striving to make ends meet. I just want to chip in something before I forget, before I go on with what their reactions are and what the man said as well, is that they said the remarks made by the aide are not only insensitive but also indicative of a disconnect from the realities faced by millions of hardworking individuals. Who told you? People who are just all this Onanuga that are where they sopa like the street language. Person they sopa where they suffer. We say they never see money before. No, be just last year they just come into government. So you know when you try to make an excuse for them that they don't know the feelings of the people, it's a lie. They know, because they are just coming from poverty as well. And that is why you see that majority of them have this poverty mentality. You cannot tell me somebody who is not even up to a year, you want to tell me that they have forgotten how the country has been, because they are just a opportunist. They just found themselves at the corridors of power. So I just want to clear that they are just being wicked, not that they don't know what is going on, because they are just leaving the masses a stage that they just joined the corridors of power. Well, such speculative statements undermine the fundamental principles of fair compensation and perpetuate the cycle of economic inequality. President Tinubu's government owes workers a duty to advocate for policies that promote decent wages and ensure reasonable standard of living for all citizens in line with global best practices. TUC said that the federal government and state government employers and laborers are in the preliminary stages of negotiations for the new national minimum wage in the country in accordance with the constitution, adding, no proposal have been made by any of the negotiating partners, including the presidency. In the statement, TUC said no offer has been made and none has been negotiated. So the president's spokesman, in banding around figures, is merely being mischievous. This may well be a strategy to throw spanner in the works of the negotiated body. If the presidency has a figure or figures it wants to propose, it should do so through the minimum wage negotiating committee, through social dialogue determined by the cost of living index, rather than behave like a man throwing stones in the marketplace and hiding his hand. The presidency has knowledgeable people in government that can advise on how proposals are submitted to the negotiating body, rather than allow grossly uninformed speculators like Mr. Onanuga to dirty the waters. Again, baseless speculation will no doubt serve to sow the seed of discord and undermine trust in the government. Nonetheless, Congress is not going to dignify Onanuga and his principles with counter proposal, because this is neither how tripartite negotiation work nor how social dialogue can be carried out. Rather, we are confused on executing the social, economic and patriotic task of giving the country a sustainable living wage. We urge the working people to ignore and disregard Onanuga and his tribe of gamblers who, while milking the country dry, wail that there is no money to pay hard-working Nigerian decent wages. The TUC also holds that it is immoral for the funds of the country to be frittered away on things such as buying expensive cars worth billions of naira for politicians in power and their spouses. We urge all Nigerians to support the democratic process of arriving at a living wage and ignore the tantrums and distractions of people who think governance is all about propaganda, not sincerely serving the people. We stand united in our demand for transparency, accountability, and respect for the dignity of all workers. The president must act swiftly to restore faith in the government's commitment to economic justice and to reject any notion that suggests otherwise. Okpo Igbo. These people, Nigerian people, hey, they can speak English when it comes to this kind of a thing. See the way they stylishly throw tantrums, shaded this guy, this Onanuga. They just try to put him where he belongs. You go make person go school, how see the all the kind of Igbo way they just speak, blah, 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 blah. Like say, so the way they speak to Igbo, so na so things just they work out for better parts, because the English way that they speak so, they even speak it more than the owners of an English language. But that's by the wayside. The NLC, the TUC too, they are not even helping issues. Now you say you want to go on strike and you are giving 1 week. Of course, nobody is going to be taking them serious, because about 3 or 4 times they've disappointed Nigerians. Any serious union like that, if you want to go on strike, within 24 hours, you've gone on strike. But now, just watch and see. They say maybe on 27th of this month, that is when they will be going on strike. By 20th or so, you will not hear that, or maybe 3 days before that said date, they will not meet. You say, government, the president has called them, they've agreed this and that. I just believe that they are all playing to the gallery and playing the people as well. Nobody is to be trusted. In this Nigeria, 99% of Nigerians, not just to say, to paint everybody with one brush. That's why we're saying 99%. 99, if not, one would have said 100% of Nigerians, you see, they are not trustworthy. But we still have a tiny fraction of people who you can say, okay, anything could happen. But especially all these politicians, forget them. They cannot be trusted. In the Nigeria business or Nigeria case, the more you look, the less you see. Because all of them, they are just coming on the pages of these people to deceive Nigerians. If you listen to them at your own peril, Nigeria case is like, seeing is believing until when it has happened. Well, so guys, I would like to hear your opinion concerning what this TUC, their own responses to Bayo Onanuga. Just like I said, Bayo Onanuga, all those are just less privileged people now. They never knew that they are going to come into power. So now all of them are doing as if, what knowledge does he have? That one. I beg, second base. Guys, leave a comment down there below and let us have your own take.